How's it doing, folks? The Black Viking here, Bookworm Edition, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing video and back to our regular schedule with unboxings as opposed to untinnings. Today, we're going to be looking at Circuit Break. We're going to try and break the code and get the cards that we are looking for. Now, Circuit Break's retail release was in October 20th of 2017, so a couple of years back. This is going to be a two-parter video as we have two of these buy bad boys to open up. Now, the main card that I'm going to be looking for is our bad boy on the front here, Borreload Dragon. Now, he is a secret rare, so across both videos, I'll have 4 chances to pick him up. Now, Circuit Break is a set of 100 cards. Now, this is one of the sets that had released before Konami's revisions to the rarities that are inside of each pack. So it has 48 commons, 20 rares, 14 super rares, 10 ultra rares, and 8 secret rares. So unfortunately or fortunately, we will have rares diluting the rarity pool. Now, before we get into it, it's time to go over the t-shirt that I'm wearing today. So, today I am wearing a t-shirt that I got from Da Vinci College, which is a college for arts and design, specifically with a focus on computers. Now, I got this when I attended a boot camp there because I was interested in going into video game design, and the boot camp was totally awesome. If you live on the east coast of Canada and you just want to check it out, I highly suggest going to one of their boot camps. It was super fun and made a lot of friends there as well. So that is the story behind this t-shirt. Now, moving back into the card opening. So, Circuit Break supports the Spiral archetypes, Crawler, World Legacy, and it has one of the main going second cards evenly matched, which, as it states, evenly matches you with your opponent, because sometimes some going second, you're at a disadvantage if your opponent builds a big board before you even have a chance to go. And evenly matched kind of evens that out. Of course, there is some Subterror support in the form of Subterror Behemoth Fiendus. And, of course, the main thing I'm looking for out of these packs are the Rocket cards. And I even have, once again, my Yu-Gi-Oh! Card checklist to check off what I'm going to be getting. And without further ado, let's jump right in. I actually pre-opened 2 of the packs in preparation for this video, so we can hop right into the action. So let's go through 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have Altergeist Conquery. We have Sniffer Dragon, Crawler Receptor, X-Crawler Neurogos, Self-Destruct Ant, which is this is really unique because there's actually like real world connections, because there actually are ants. There is a type of ant that actually do explode, so that's actually really cool. Really cool, kind of like bringing something from the real world into like a card game. Then we have Crawler Gilal. We have Amazonas Pet Liger. And, ooh, yes, we got the first card that I was looking for. We got Auto Rocket Dragon, which is a super rare. So it's a dragon effect, whose effect is, when a Link monster's effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field, quick effect. You can destroy this card and send 1 spell or trap card on the field to the graveyard. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect and sent there this turn, you can special summon 1 rocket monster from your deck, except Auto Rocket Dragon. You can only use each effect of Auto Rocket Dragon once per turn. So, this set is where I'm going to be beginning the collection of all the Rocket and World cards. The beginning of the circuit, you might say. So awesome! That is an awesome first pull. And wait, what? Okay, I didn't know this set gave you 2 rare cards. Now maybe that just could just be in this specific pack, but that's awesome. So I got the Borreload Dragon as our first super rare, and we have a twin triangle dragon, who is a requires 2 level 4 lower dragon monsters except tokens, and his effect is when this card is link summoned, you can pay 500 life points. Then target 1 level 5 or higher monster in your graveyard. Special summon it to your zone this card points to, but it cannot attack this turn. Also, it has its effects negated. There you go. 2 for the price of 1. Let's get it. Now on to our second pack that I have pre-opened. Now, maybe I counted wrong, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I got it right this time. Okay, so I guess they just put. I guess our typical strategy of doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 to the back, and then the last card will be the rare card, isn't going to work for this. So let's see if by the end I can figure out the play here. So this one is Altergeist Camouflage. Target 1 Altergeist monster you control. Equip this card to it. Your opponent cannot target it for attacks, but it does not prevent your opponent from attacking you directly. Negate an opponent's monster effect that activates by targeting the equipped monster. If an Altergeist card or cards you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. And there you go. Then we have Crawler Dendrites. We have Langling. Soldier Dragons. Crawler Ranveer. Another Crawler Galeo. Link Infraflyer. The Accumulator. Ooh, I guess they do a rare and they do other rares in here too. And there we go. And this one's the Quiet Life. Activate this card at the start of your main phase 1. If you control no monsters. If any player normal summon sets a monster, that player cannot special summon that turn. If any player special summons a monster, that player cannot normal summon or set this turn. So it's kind of like a double-sided floodgate. So if you do special summons, you can't normal summon. And if you normal summon, you can't special summon. So if you have a way to force your opponent to a normal summon, then you can prevent them from, because a lot of big boards depend on multiple special summons in a turn. But then, of course, you could like Nibiru it, so there is that fear as well. However, it's interesting to note that the guard that's sitting down is actually the same guard, I believe, that's in the Forceful Sentry card. So that's really interesting as well. So I'm glad I picked that up as well. Alright, now time to do some multi-up. Since I did 2, I'll do 4. I guess up to 6, so half the side of this box. And then we will go on from there. So if that is the case, that there is a rare and another rarity in each pack, then what I'll try to do is this. So if 1, 2, 3, 4 would take us to the other rarity, that means that this card should, in theory, be the rare. So what I'll do is I'll slip that in front of that and then put the rest on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, slip and top. And the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, top, and top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and top. All right. So we have Amazonis Empress. There was some Amazon support in here as well. Of course, as you saw, there was some Altergeist support in this set as well. Cool. Then we have a Crawler Axon, a Dark Angel, another Pet Liger, a Lunalike Crimson Fox, a Mist Star Boy, which is a retrain of Star Wars. I'm happy I picked him as well because I love those retrain cards. So he's an Aqua Link effect that requires 2 water monsters. So all water monsters on the field gain 500 attack and defense. Also, all fire monsters on the field lose 400 attack and defense. If this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can target 1 water monster in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can also use this effect. You can only use this effect of Mist Star Boy once per turn. Of course, the original card was called Star Boy. Not to be confused with the song by The Weeknd, which is a really good song. Love that song. And the Crawler. And alright, so I think I did it correctly. So our rare is Fantastic Striborg, whose effect is monsters tributed for the face-up tribute summon of this card are returned to the hand instead of going to the graveyard. Oh, that's pretty cool. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card. Return all cards your opponent controls in this card's column to the hand. So this is another one of those column cards that affects things in the same column that it's in. So that's really cool as well. And then, of course, our other rarity card is Link Bumper, which requires 2 Cyberburst monsters. And its effect is, once per turn, at the end of the damage step, if your monster this card points to attacked an opponent's Link monster, you can activate this effect. The monster that attacked gains 1 additional attack on an opponent's Link monster during this battle phase for each Link monster you currently control, except this card. Your monsters, except that monster, cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. And it's cool. He's called Link Bumper, and the kind of armor that's hanging off him are the bumpers in a pinball machine. So that's actually a really cool, unique feature or stylized artwork that he has. All right. Next, knowing that we did this correctly now, we have Mecha Phantom Beast Raiden. And I wonder now, Raiden is another shmup that I really enjoy. And considering Konami owns Yu-Gi-Oh! And Raiden, I believe they own Raiden, maybe this is a hint towards that, or kind of like a Easter egg to Raiden, because I know that, of course, Konami has cards that are specifically Gradius cards, and they have specifically other, like, they even have like cards from the Parodius series as well, which is a parody of the Gradius series, which is really cool. Like the Doitsu, Soitsu, like those colored, those like, basically they're wearing those morph, they look like people wearing morph suits flying on paper airplanes. So that's really cool too. Now it probably isn't, but I mean, Raiden and Raiden, it's very close. Then we have FA Turbocharger. We have FA Pit Stop, the Accumulator, Crawler Spine, World Legacy Clash, and our rare card is a super rare in Altergeist Silquitus. The Spellcaster, whose effect is Quick Effect, you can return 1 other Altergeist card you control to the hand. Then target 1 card your opponent controls. Return it to the hand. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Altergeist trap in your graveyard. Add that card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Altergeist Siliquotus once per turn. Nice. Does that mean that I did it? No, I did it right, but the rare and the super rare are not next to each other like they normally are. Okay. So this is Metaphys Daedalus, and if you remember, there is the Daedalus from the Fury of the Deep structure deck, and then there's also the Light Ray Daedalus retrain of that. So this is even a retrain of those the retrain. That's really cool. And there's a whole Metaphys series of cards in this set that are retrains of other monsters, which hopefully will pull those as well. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Metaphys monster, you can banish all other face-up special summon monsters on the field. If this card is banished during the standby phase of the next turn, you can shuffle this banished card into the deck. Banish one Metaphys card from your deck, except Metaphys duelists. There you go. Alright, so we haven't quite figured out the unique order of these cards yet, but we'll get there. So we have Capacitor Stalker, Crawler Dendrites, and Amazon and Spy, another one of the Amazon cards in this set. We have Anise Rocket Dragon, which is definitely one of the rocket cards that I wanted. Cross that off the list. We have Duck Dummy. Then we have a Lurelist Recital Starling. We have a Goki Headbath. And our rare card is, that must have been an Enigma last time, because this time it looks like it worked out. We have a World Legacy World Armor, which reads, when a monster is flip summoned, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can add one World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. If this normal summoned or set card is on the field, quick effect. You can target one face-up opponent's monster that was special summoned from the extra deck. Return both that monster and this card to the hand. You can only use each effect of World Legacy World Armor once per turn. Awesome. So am I correct? Yes, I am. Let's go. So our super rare is Altergeist Protocol. The activation and effects of Altergeist cards activated on your field cannot be negated. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send one other face-up Altergeist card you control to the graveyard. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Altergeist Protocol once per turn. Awesome. Also, I guess they give you rares and another rarity in each set. That's actually really cool. So we have Ojama Duo, which is another card that I wanted. So I'm happy about that. Featuring Ojama Red and Ojama Blue. We have a Lunalite Keldeo Chick. Or Kalido. Remote Rebirth. FA Whip Crosser. Another Anise Rocket Dragon. Duck Dummy. And we got an ultra rare Arrival Rivals. During the battle phase, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one monster. You can only activate one Arrival Rivals per turn. So first ultra rare. Then we have FA Pit Stop. And our rare is one-time passcode. Special summon one security token, Cyberse Light level 4, attack 2000, defense 2000, in defense position. You can only activate one-time passcode per turn. So a token generator card, just like in the Egyptian God decks. There we go. Alright, so let's see if we can figure out how these are supposed to be organized. Or if it's just going to be random every time, but it looks like there's a card between the two rare cards in each set. There should be, yeah, there are 9 cards in each pack, so it's not like there's 10, and I'm just randomly missing one. Five and... Alright, so the new strat is... So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the rare. and we did this. But then when we got to it, the rare card was ahead of it. So you know what? I'm gonna stick to the 1, 2, 3, 4 because now I'm even confusing myself. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm gonna do is I won't do this to one of these piles and see exactly where each card is. So first card is Link Restart. Then we have a Crawler Spine, so that's 1, 2, 3 is Temple of the Mind's Eye. 4 is World Legacy Clash. Or technically it would be... So it would be 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, so the 5th card is the alternate wear, but we happen to have already pulled Altergeist Soliloquitus. And looks like 4 is the rare card. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 4 is the rare card. 5 is the super rare, or ultra rare, or other rarity card. Okay. So we got Personal Spoofing. Once per turn, you can shuffle one other Altergeist card from your hand or face up on your field into the main deck. Add one Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand. It's kind of like an exchange card, a little bit. Alright. So we know 1, 2, 3, 4 is the rare, 5 is the special. Wait, I think I already changed all those, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. So we'll do this moving into the next set of 12. We'll go with that strategy. So remember, 4 is the rare, 5 is the other rarity. So now I can start kind of blazing through these because we've seen a lot of these before. We have Vandred Streeges. Ooh, oh yes, yes. Okay, sick. So our secret rare is Quick Launch. This is one of the rocket cards I desperately wanted, and I'm so happy I pulled. This is one of the 2 secret rares that I needed. The other one being evenly matched. So this is Beast. Okay. So Quick Launch. Special summon 1 rocket monster from your deck, but it cannot attack. Also destroy it during the end phase. So happy to pull that. So our first secret rare of this box is Quick Launch. And then our, oh, maybe I did do it right. Our rarity is Security Block. Target 1 Cyberse monster on the field. This turn, neither player takes battle damage. Also, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Awesome. There you go. Haven't seen our first ultra rare. Oh, I have. Our first ultra rare was the Arrival Rivals. So we have, yeah. I had a feeling I did these ones wrong. So we have a backup squad. Each time you take 1,000 or more damage by your opponent's card effect or their monster attacks, draw 1 card for every 1,000 damage you took. Nice. Then we have another Altergeist, Sniffer Dragon, Crawler Receptor, Temple of Mind's Eye, Defect Compiler, FA Off-Road Grand Prix, and Metaphys Nephthys. This was another card that I really wanted. This is a retrain of the Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. So this card reads, if this card is special summoned by the effect of a Nephthys monster, you can banish all set spell and trap cards on the field. If this card is banished during the standby phase of the next turn, you can shuffle this banished card into the deck. Add 1 Metaphys card from your deck to your hand, except Metaphys Nephthys. Awesome. Super happy with that pull as well. All right. Manifest Factor. Ooh, yes, we got the other Rocket Dragon that I really wanted. We got a Magna Rocket Dragon. That's awesome. This is our second ultra rare of the set. So the Dragon effects, level 4 Dark, with the effect. When a Link monster's effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field, quick effect. You can destroy this card, then send one monster on the field to the graveyard. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect and sent there this turn, you can special summon one rocket monster from your deck, except Magna Rocket Dragon. You can only use each effect of Magna Rocket Dragon per turn. Awesome. That is awesome. I'm really happy that I pulled that as well. And then our rare card, ooh, is another card that I want. There you go. Double up on this one booster pack. We got Destrudo, the Lost Dragon's Frisson. It's a Dragon Tuner whose effect is, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can pay half your life points. Then target one level 6 or lower monster you control. Special summon this card, and if you do, this card's level is reduced by the level of the targeted monster. Also, place this card on the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Destrudo, the Lost Dragon's Frisson, once per turn. This was a staple tuner monster back in the day. I believe it's banned potentially, or at least it's limited. But I'm really happy with that as well. All right, we're doing really well here. We're banging right along. There you go. Another card I want right off the bat. It's Metaverse, which take a field spell from your deck and either activate it or add it to your hand. So staple card to get out your. A lot of people play this along with like Mystic Mine, which is really good for Floodgate, but it's also a field spell card. So that's definitely a staple card in most decks. So I'm happy I pulled that as well. Then we have another X-Crawler Neurogos. Stop. Duo. Accumulator. Doki. Nimble Beaver. And the Mermail Abyssin Ray. And a... Ooh. There we go! Let's get it, folks! We got the Subterra Behemoth Fiendus. It's a Wormlink effect, which requires 2 effect monsters. Its effect is, gains attack equal to the combined original levels of the Subterra monsters used for its Link summon times 100. During your main phase, you can send one flip monster from your deck to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon one monster from your hand in face-down defense position to your zone this card points to. You can only use this effect of Subterra Behemoth Fiendus once per turn. Once per turn, if a monster this card points to is flipped face up, add one flip monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. It's I know it's technically a worm, but it looks like a dragon, so it's automatically gonna be awesome. So that's really cool. Wow, we're just blazing through the cards that we on our list today. Let's get it. And this was only the first box. All right, so we have in our next pack Amano Iwato. We have another Dark Angel, World Legacy in Shadow, another Amazon Spy, Crimson Fox, Compiler, FA Whipcrosser. Ooh, we have a Metaphys Executor. Cool looking card there. Its effect is, cannot be normal summoned or set. must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 5 Metaphys cards with different names from your graveyard and or face up on the field. Cannot be destroyed or banished by card effects. Once per turn, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can target one of your banished Metaphys monsters. Special summon it, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. So I guess this is kind of like the boss monster for the main Metaphys archetype. But that's really cool. And then, of course, our rare is Hollow Hollow, which is a normal pendulum monster, whose pendulum effect is once per turn, you can target one face-up monster on the field. Roll a 6-sided die, and that monster's level becomes the same as the result until the end of this turn. And its flavor text reads, Hollow, hollow, brain of tallow, guts are gone, noggins hollow. Seeking sweets in marshing mellows, or mallows, watch your back and your candy sack. So it's a kind of like a direct quote for like we're referencing Halloween, of course. But that's really cool. Oh, put that in the wrong pile. All right, on to our second 6, or sorry, third 6, but second 12. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I kind of forgot what our strategy was in that short amount of time, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. And 6. All right, so if the circuits, haha, in my brain are remembering correctly, I believe it was 1, 2, 3, 4 is the rare, 5 is the alternate rare card. So 1, 2, 3, rare, alternate rare. 1, 2, 3, rare, alternate rare. 1, 2, 3, rare, alternate rare. And 1, 2, 3, rare. Now, I don't know if this was like a precursor to eliminating rares, but I actually like this even better, that they give you a rarity above rare along with also a rare card. It adds, in my opinion, it adds a little bit more value to this set as well, because you're technically getting 2 rare cards out of 9 instead of just 1 rare card out of 9. And the rares in this set are not diluting your ability to pull the supers, ultras, and secrets. So that's really cool too. So let's see what we got here. No, I think I did it wrong. But we got an Altagar's Camouflage. And we got another Quiet Life. Then we got Vandred and that, and the Metaphys Factor. Back to a drawing board, I guess. Yep, definitely did it wrong. Jeez. We got another Auto Rocket Dragon. Ooh, we got an Elemental Grace Dorado, whose for effect is cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by having 6 or more monsters with different attributes in the graveyards. Graveyard, so I guess that also includes your opponent's graveyard as well. Gains attack and defense equal to the number of different attributes in the graveyards times 500. When your opponent would special summon a monster, quick effect. You can banish 3 monsters from your graveyard. Negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. So this is like an upgraded version, as we spoke about before in one of our recent videos, of the Lady of Faith. This is one of her, because I know there was also like Dark Dorado as well. So this is one of her many forms and retrains. So there's like you can tell by the little kind of the cap that she's wearing is this similar to her other incarnations as well. So I'm really happy I pulled her too. Probably as my love of retrain cards. So yeah. Then Remote Rebirth, War Legacy and Shadow, and Dark Angel. However, if we know that the back 3 are going to be the commons, if I go 1, 2, 3, and just slip those in the front, that should, in theory, fix our little card issue here. So, let's see if it worked. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like everything's coming up Millhouse, folks. Hey, Trickstar Narcissus. The effect is, if your opponent takes effect damage, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Trickstar Narcissus once per turn. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect in their hand or graveyard, inflict 200 damage to them immediately after it resolves. There you go. Some Trickstar support. And then our other rare is another Link Bumper. Right on. So, since we figured it out, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. All right. Ooh, a new one. X-Crawler Synapthus. Synapsis. Yeah, it's Synapsis. Yeah. Interesting. So we have World Legacy Trap Globe. Super rare. Shuffle into the deck 5 of your World Legacy cards with different names that are banished in your hand, or graveyard, and or face up on the field, except World Legacy Trap Globe. Then draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 World Legacy Trap Globe per turn. There you go. Part of the World Legacy story art on the card there. And watch this be not the rare. Okay. Cyber's Beacon. And Vandred Reunion. So now we're back to the one common card being between the 2 rarities. I don't know, folks. I don't know. This card reads, reveal 1 Vandred ritual monster in your hand. Special summon any number of your banished Vandred monsters with different names in face-down defense position whose total levels exactly equal the level of the revealed ritual monster. Tribute all those face-down defense position monsters, then ritual summon that ritual monster from your hand. You must be able to ritual summon to activate and to resolve this effect. Per the Vandred archetype. It's really cool. So the last one was the rare, then is this the rare? Wow, folks, I don't think there's any winning with this one. So this is Vandred Knights. Super rare. You can discard 1 card, add 1 Vandred monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Vandred Knights once per turn. When your Vandred monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can banish 1 Vandred monster from your graveyard. It can attack an opponent's monster again in a row. Nice. Kind of, I think the Vandred is a really interesting story as well in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. And it's kind of like a vigilante zombie apocalypse justice story. It is very very like interesting though how it's been like interpreted. So that's cool. We have another Mecha Phantom, Charger, Pit Stop, World Legacy Pawns. This guy we haven't seen yet. Another self-destruct ant. Crawler Guile, Amazoness, and our rare is Metaphys Dimension. If your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can target one of your banished Metaphys monsters. Special summon it, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. If your other Metaphys cards in its owner's possession, wait. Let me glasses on. I still can't read. If your other Metaphys card in its owner's possession is banished, while this card is already face up in your spell and trap card zone, you can target one card your opponent controls, banish it. You can only use each effect of Metaphys Dimension once per turn. So this card basically allows you to automatically always proc the effects of your Metaphys cards, so that's really cool as well. Nice. And our last of the third six is Amazoness Empress, Pit Stop, Soldiers, Pawns, Headbat, Burning Bamboo Sword, which is part of like, I guess you can call the bamboo swords an archetype-ish, or maybe a mini archetype. And its effect is, if you activate a bamboo sword card while this card is already face up in your spell and trap card zone, you can skip your opponent's next main phase. Interesting. A lot of the other bamboo swords are like this golden bamboo sword, cursed bamboo sword, broken bamboo sword. Most of them are equipped spell cards. That's cool. Ooh, our second ultra rare is, or sorry, our third. Actually, we've gone through our four because I believe I got Auto Rocket Dragon twice, maybe? We'll see. So we have Goki Thunder Ogre for the Goki archetype, and it requires 2 Goki monsters. If a monster or monsters this card points to are destroyed by battle or card effect, you can make this card gain 400 attack. The turn player applies the following effects while this monster is on the field. During your main phase, they can normal summon one monster from their hand to their zone this card points to, in addition to their normal summoner set. They can only gain this effect once per turn. So the card actually helps you and your opponent, but I mean it has 2 link arrows pointing to your side of the field and 1 to your opponent. So if you happen to summon it in front of a monster that is in the extra Zark card zone in front of a monster your opponent already has in front of it, then they won't be able to use the effect unless they get rid of that monster. So that's kind of a way to stop them from getting the effect temporarily. But awesome nonetheless. Then we have Crawler Axon, and we have another Metaphys Daedalus as our rare card. So we're starting to get some repeats of the rares now. And on to our fourth and final set of 6. Well, the first box, anyway. Fortunately, we also haven't pulled the Borreload Dragon yet, but I still have one secret I haven't gotten yet. So, all is not lost. Alright, so it should be 1, 2, 3. Let's just try that with this one, see if it works. So we have another Lurelisk. I have a friend that's super into mermaids, so kind of like how I'm doing the like she's the first, so she is the queen mermaid of the mermaid group that runs in the not necessarily the East Coast, but at least in Halifax on that portion of the East Coast where I live. She's the queen mermaid. I've actually done some work with her as well, and it was super fun to dress up as a mermaid with her as well. And she's actually like a close friend of mine too. So just like I'm doing for my one friend, I'm collecting all of the train cards. I maybe actually might do a collecting all of the mermaid cards and give those to her as well. So that might be a really cool thing that I might do in the future too. No, definitely did not do that in the right order. And unfortunately, this is also the other secret rare of this box, which is Squibdraw. But it is a rocket card, so that's still good. And its effect is target one rocket monster you control, destroy it. And if you do, draw two cards. You can only activate one Squibdraw per turn. Awesome. So I actually am still happy with that too. Cyber's Beacon. So our rare is Dragonoid Generator. Activate this card by paying 1,000 life points. During your main phase, you can special summon one Dragonoid token Machine Earth level 1 attack and defense 300 in attack position. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Also, during the end phase of your opponent's what? You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. Also, during the end phase, your opponent special summons one Dragonoid token to their field in attack position, even if this card leaves the field. You can use this effect of Dragonoid Generator up to twice per turn. There you go. Then we have Medic Muscle. We have Crawler Receptor, and another Lunalite Keldeo Chick. Oh. And we have got another Altergeist Protocol. Our rare is Fire King Avatar Arvata, whose effect is when a monster effect is activated while this monster is on the field, quick effect. You can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy one other fire monster in your hand or field. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one fire beast. Here we go, another beast warrior, or winged beast monster in your graveyard, except Fire King Avatar Arvata. Special summon it, but it has its effects negated. Also, it is destroyed during the end phase. You can only use each effect of Fire King Avatar Arvata once per turn. Nice. Yeah. Ooh, we got one of the Spiral monsters. Nice. We got Spiral Double Helix, an ultra rare. Requires two Spiral monsters. This card's name becomes Spiral Super Agent while on the field or in the graveyard. You can declare one card type, monster, spell, or trap, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and if you do, and the type matches declared type, take one Spiral monster from your deck or graveyard and either add it to your hand or special summon it to your zone this card points to. You can only use this effect of Spiral Double Helix once per turn. I think one of the big effects of the Spiral monsters is that to make the names of their cards Super Agent, because a lot of the cards proc with specifically need Super Agent. So that's really cool as well. And then our rare is another one-time passcode. So I think now that we've exhausted our 4 ultra rares for the box, our 2 secret rares for the box, we get rares in every set. The last 3 sets will all be super rares. Alright. Ooh, we get a retrain of the classic Tyrant Dragon in Metaphys Tyrant Dragon, whose effect is, if this card was special summoned by the effect of a Metaphys monster, it is unaffected by trap effects. Also, if it attacks a monster, it can make a second attack in a row. If this card is banished during the standby phase of the next turn, you can shuffle this banished card into the deck. Special summon 1 Metaphys monster from your hand, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. Awesome. Then we have another Dark Angel. And our rare card is... Ooh, yes, another card I really want. Gateway Dragon, whose effect is, if your opponent controls a Link monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Gateway Dragon once per turn this way. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Dark Dragon monster from your hand. So it combos really well with the Rockets, who are Dark Dragon monsters. So yes, this is an amazing addition for my Rocket deck. Second last. Another Vandred. And we got another Vandred Knights. And another World Legacy Armor. And a Mecha Phantom Beast right in. That's a... Yeah, that's better. And our last, let's see what we get in our last one. So we get another Trickstar Narcissus as a rare. Our last rare card is... Ooh, Metaphys Ragnarok. I'm getting a lot of my Metaphys monsters this time. That's awesome. So its effect is, if this card is normal special summon, you can banish the top 3 cards of your deck. And if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each Metaphys card banished by this effect. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 1 level 5 or higher Metaphys monster from your deck, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. You can only use each effect of Metaphys Ragnarok once per turn. And there you have it, my friends. An extremely solid haul. We got a lot of good cards. We got a lot of the cards that I personally wanted. And we still have one more box to open. But that'll have to wait till the second half of this episode. So please join me then while we're still on the hunt for the Borreload Dragon. In this episode, we completed the circuit. And next episode, we'll break this circuit. So don't forget to join me. Thank you. Your viewership is very much appreciated. And whatever you do, remember, believe in the heart of cards. And whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, have a good day, have a good time, and I will see you next time. See ya.